Hey everybody, you ready for today's fit break? Okay, here's what we're gonna do, a seated yoga practice. So for today's fit break, the first 10 minutes is a seated yoga practice. The second 10 minutes will be standing and the last section will be on the floor. Any one of those parts that doesn't work for you, ditch it, fast forward to the next part, okay? Let's get started. We're gonna sit right towards the front edge of our chair, and I'm on a chair that doesn't have handles. You'll see why in a little bit. So starting with my hands resting right on my thighs, I'm finding a real tall straight spine. I'm gonna close my eyes for a moment and start taking my breath in and out through my nose. And as I'm breathing in, focusing on my breath going all the way down into the lower lobes of my lungs. And a full deep exhalation, letting go of every last bit of breath. When we inhale, focus on your rib cage expanding out. As we exhale, those ribs pull gently in towards our center. We'll open our eyes, let our arms come down to our sides. And now as we inhale, sweeping the arms up, and exhale, bringing our hands to our hearts. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, pulling in. And starting to connect movement to breath. And this is what helps bring our mind and our bodies back into connection. And then I'm inhaling, sweeping my arms up, and now taking my right hand down towards the floor. Inhale and lift, and left hand is going to reach down. As my hand stretches up and my opposite arm reaches down, I want to focus on my hips and my sit bones anchoring down into the chair. And now taking it over to the side, and we'll take a couple breaths, sliding your fingertips down towards the floor, opposite hand stretching up towards the sky. Inhaling, reaching the arm up, and then exhaling to the other side. Taking your breath into your side. Chin is gently nodding down towards the shoulder. Reaching our arm up, and let both arms circle out and around. Now I'm going to open my legs a little bit, rest my hands on my thighs, and then inhaling, lifting the chest up, arching my back slightly, and then hinging from my hips. Pulling my abs in and then rolling up through the spine. Lifting up and then coming forward. Exhaling as I hinge. And then inhaling as I pull back. And we are arching and rounding our spines. So we're working on getting articulation, movement through our spines, bone by bone. The way we do it, contracting the abdominals. Once more, lifting up and then rolling back. Now bringing my feet back in, and now taking my arms right out in front of my chest, like I'm resting them on a countertop. Deep breath in. And as I exhale, I'm going to pull my elbow back and slightly rotate. Inhale, come back to the center, and then exhale to the other side. So gently pulling that shoulder blade in towards my spine as I do a little bit of rotation. And 4 more. Belly drawing in as I rotate. One more time. And letting my arms release. All right, opening my legs again into that little bit wider position. Hands resting on my thighs. Deep breath, lifting the chest up. And then this time as I exhale, I'm going to reach over towards that right thigh and then circle around. Chest reaches forward towards my right thigh. Chest reaches out as I circle around, and then I'm pulling that rib cage back. So I'm doing a circle with my rib cage. And this may seem a little strange, a little awkward, but what we're doing is we're getting movement into our spines and into the lower back. And now let's try the opposite direction. I'm going to lift that chest up, reach my chest forward towards my thigh, and circle it around. It's kind of like a little slow motion dance. But hopefully you'll find that it feels really good on your back. Once more, getting that engagement through your abdominals to pull the rib cage back. Let those shoulders roll down your back. Okay. Next up, we're going to open up the chest and shoulders a bit more. Hands are going to go behind the head. And as we inhale, opening the chest up, let your head drop back into your fingertips. And then exhale, nod your chin, elbows pulling in. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. And we're moving our necks a bit. So as I open my elbows and pull them back, I'm looking up. And then as I pull my elbows in, I'm nodding my chin down towards my chest. And I'm going to open up and stay. Let your head drop back into your fingertips. Focus on those shoulders sliding down towards the floor. We want to feel a stretch in our chest and in the front of our shoulders. One more big breath in. And then exhale, nod your chin and let your elbows pull in. Hands are resting very lightly to the back of the neck. One more big breath in and out. Inhale, open up, and exhale, let your arms release back down to the sides. Now we're going to start getting a little bit more of a stretch for our hips. So I'm going to scooch my bum to one side. So now I only have my right cheek on the chair. This is why we're using a chair without handles. Then my left leg is going to slide back. As far as you're comfortable with, try and engage that glute. Now the left arm is going to sweep up and sweep back down. Inhaling as I lift, exhale as I lower. Once more, reaching up, and this time we're going to stay. Turn our chest towards the right, and then do a little lean to the right, and then back up. Slight lean, hand is on the chair to support us. Then once more, over and up. Now we're going to come over and stay. Find length in the back of the neck by reaching up through the crown of your head. One more big breath in. Exhale and release. And we'll scooch our bums back onto our chair. That same leg, we're going to cross our ankle above our knee. Let that hand rest lightly towards the inside of your knee. Deep breath in, chest lifts. And then exhaling, hinging forward, reaching the chest out. Inhale, hinge back up. Exhale, reaching forward. So we're doing this back and forth motion to help kind of tell the muscle it's okay to stretch. Once more, coming forward, and we're going to stay. Deep exhalations. Telling your mind and your body It's okay to relax. Let's take one more full breath. And we'll come back up, uncross. And then last one for this leg, we're gonna stick that leg out and I'm gonna reach my opposite hand up. Big breath in, exhale, and hinging forward. And then reach back up. Now, this arm overhead is gonna add intensity and possible pressure into the lower back. So if you feel pressure in your lower back, hand goes to the chair and just hinge forward. If you're okay and it just feels like a deeper stretch, keep it up there. This time we're gonna let that hand reach all the way towards our toes. Pull those toes back. My knee is a little bit bent. I'm not locking it out. So I'm getting a stretch for me, mostly in my calf. And then we'll come back up. Okay, let's do that on the other side. We're gonna scooch our bums over. Take that leg back. Roll the pelvis a little underneath you. So instead of tilting your tailbone back, get a little bit of engagement through the abdominals and a little engagement through the glute. Now that right arm is going to sweep up and then lower down. Once more, reaching up. And then I'm going to turn towards the left and then little side bend over and then back up. Inhaling as I reach up and over. Exhaling to come back. Once more, back and forth. Left hand is on that chair for support and then taking it over and hold. Hinging back up, scooching back to the chair and crossing my ankle above my knee. Hand lightly resting, other hand on my ankle. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale, hinging back. Again, find that sensation of the chin nodding down and the back of the neck long. The reason why I keep reminding us is because we've got this thing going on called tech head where we're rounded in the upper back, and in order to see where we're going, we stick our chins out. So what we're working on is correcting that posture as much as we can, a little bit at a time. So we're going to hinge forward and stay. How do we know if we're in a good postural alignment position? Well, a lot of times we have to look in a mirror, take a picture, but also there's a feeling that when you're in alignment, everything kind of relaxes and we find that sensation of being tension-free. So right now I'm tension-free in my neck and shoulders, but I definitely have a stretch in my butt. Okay, I'm gonna hinge back up, stick that foot out, take my left arm, reach it up, big breath in, and then exhale, I'm hinging forward. And then inhale, coming back up, being conscious of how this feels in my back. And if it don't feel good, I'm going to place my hand on that chair and give myself a little more support. This time we're going to come forward and stay. And I'm going to reach down and gently pull my toes back to get a little more stretch. As I'm pulling my toes back towards my knee, I'm stretching my chest forward, but my knee is a little bent. And now hinging back up, placing that foot down. And a deep breath in, reaching my arms up and my hands to my hearts. Hearts, multiple hearts. All right, great job.